Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Campus Connect. I'm your host, Zach. Today I'm with Engineers Without Borders here. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Kate Shaughnessy, and I'm a fourth-year environmental engineer here at UC, and I'm also the Vice President of Operations for Engineers Without Borders.
Hi, I'm Josiah Smith. I'm a fifth-year mechanical engineer, and I'm currently the fundraising chair for Engineers Without Borders.
Nice to meet you guys. I just wanted to say this is our second episode ever, but our first of the semester, so we are very excited to have you guys watching. So first of all, tell me about Engineers Without Borders.
Yeah, so Engineers Without Borders, it's actually a professional organization countrywide in USA, and we're just the University of Cincinnati student chapter. So what we do is we partner with 3 communities in Tanzania, right near Lake Victoria, and we work on a number of projects that range from water to sanitation to solar panels, and we also do a lot of volunteer community outreach throughout the United States. So we've partnered with Habitat for Humanity and local high schools throughout the Cincinnati area.
Awesome. Tell me about any projects you guys are currently working on.
Yeah, so currently we have projects going on in 3 of the communities. Roche, we've got a water line that we're currently fixing that has been previously implemented. In Barere, we're trying to, you might be able to touch better on Barere.
Yeah, Barere is one of our communities, and one of the projects that I'm really proud of is we have a solar-powered pump station. So basically what that is we dug a hole into the ground to get water, and we pump it up a hill and then down to different areas and tanks using solar panels. So that's how we power the water up the hill. So we're working on implementing new additions to the solar panels and just improving the structure. It's been there for a number of years. And just looking at the water system overall.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then in our 3rd community, Nambogo, we previously implemented latrines that we're working on to further develop and improve.
Yeah, and we're also looking at expanding from our community Nambogo, which is our longest current standing project, to a new community called Kitembe.
That's awesome, guys. How about you tell me about your favorite project that you guys have done in your time here?
I would definitely say it's the latrines that Josiah mentioned. That was one of the first projects I got to work on as a freshman, and so I'm in environmental engineering, and access to clean water is something very near and dear to my heart. But something I didn't realize is that once you dig a well into the ground, if you have water, that's great, but if it's not clean, you can't even drink it. So seeing the importance of sanitation through hand washing stations and latrines and realizing how important that is was really great to learn about. And also that was my first introduction to the engineering process as far as, what materials are we going to use and kind of analyzing alternatives and seeing that project from start to them implementing it in Tanzania on a trip. It was really rewarding.
That's awesome. What about you?
For me, it was in January of 2019, I went over to Tanzania and we implemented that pipeline in Roche. We connected a previously implemented system to a system that we just installed, and so an elementary school now has access to clean water, which is super rewarding.
That sounds really rewarding.
Yeah,
that's awesome, guys. How about you guys tell me about the connection that you have with the university?
So we've worked with a number of professors who are our advisors at the university and through the engineering program. And we also work with a lot of professors just in general. So for example, we do water quality tests on our water, and I've gotten to know a number of faculty in the environmental engineering department through looking at our results and analyzing that and seeing how we can better treat water in our communities. So that's definitely one great result of it. And Josiah, if you maybe want to talk about ESOC or tribunal.
Yeah. So like Kate touched on, we use professors as much as we can for sort of the more hands-on professional mentorship. One of the previous things we did, like she had mentioned previously in Barere, we were looking at the solar panel structure that's currently existing. It's sitting in a floodplain, so the whole thing is degrading. And we're working on sort of solutions on how to solve that. ESOC and Tribunal, we partner with them sometimes with some of our events, and it's been good.
Yeah, it's been really great.
That's awesome, guys. I'm glad to hear. So I hear you guys meet a lot throughout the week. Why don't you tell me about those?
Yeah, we have a number of meetings. So our first one that I'll touch on is our general meeting. So that's one where all of our members come together from the different project committees, And we do events like we have speakers come in and talk, so from our partnerships, or we'll do fun events like we had trivia night, and we also did a challenge where we had people put together PVC to make a really long pipeline and see how long they can make it and still have water come out the bottom through a tap stand. And that was really fun. And then we also have our 3 project committees, Niambogo, Roche, and Barrere, meet throughout the week, and that's when they do the project and engineering work. So if they're going to do any engineering design CAD, or if they're going to do writing of reports or researching, that's when they'll come together and do that. And we also have a community outreach committee. I mentioned that we do volunteering events throughout Cincinnati and partner with local high schools, and that's when we'll look more into that and also look into our Habitat for Humanity trips. And one of my favorite communities that I've really got involved in is the grant writing committee. And I think that's really great because it allows people who aren't in engineering to get involved, and even people in engineering like myself to get involved. And learning to write grants is such an important skill to have, and such a unique skill to have, especially being in college. But anyone throughout any major can get involved in any of our committees, even the project ones.
Sounds awesome. And for any of our viewers who might be interested, how and why, honestly, should they join?
So how, first off, we have a Slack and we have a Teams channel. First off, feel free to follow us on Instagram at UC_EWB. Send us a DM, we'll get back to you, or send us an email. I think it's in our Instagram as well.
It is, and you can also reach us out to us on Campus Link, and we'll get you all of our different handles and team links. But that's how and why.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? It's such a rewarding experience. I mean, you learn so much, and not just about engineering, but about, what it really puts everything into perspective working with people across the world. And it's such a, you get real hands-on experience. And like I said, that's not just engineering. We have people from DAP, people from in pre-med who are in leadership positions in our club. And it's a really great way to make a positive impact on people's lives. And if you want to learn engineering, if you want to do graphic design, if you want to do public speaking, if you want to better your writing, there's ways to do that. And you're helping so many lives while doing it.
Yeah, improving socially in Tanzania is huge.
Yeah.
Setting up meaningful and sustainable infrastructure in a third world country is something that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. These are skills that I get to talk about in every one of my interviews for co-ops and now jobs post-graduation. And so if you're looking for a club that you need to sort of bump up your skills, or you want to get involved and help people, it's one of the best ways to do that.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I definitely recommend everyone check these guys out. So is there anything I missed that you guys would like to talk about?
Yeah. One of the other committees we have is Banquet Planning. We have an annual banquet that we host every year that serves as a fundraiser and a social connection opportunity for students to get involved with professionals, and they can connect with sort of companies on a professional level and secure co-ops that way, or full-time jobs. Do you want to touch on that at all?
Yeah, I've been involved in the banquet planning process in the past, and it's a really great way to get involved, especially, like I mentioned, for people who may not, be as interested in the engineering skills. It's a great way to give back and help us fundraise and, get to work with local Cincinnati businesses and plan an event.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right, before we go, I just wanted to send a quick thank you over to our executive producer, Stephanie Cox, and also Bearcast Media for letting us use this space for our production. And as always, have a great night, and thank you guys so much for tuning in.